Super Mario Land 2. Back when I released the first episode in that series, I was obsessed with this game. I thought it was so charming and wacky. But here's the catch. I had barely played this one. I had played the first level once on my friend's DS, but that's literally all. I was obsessed with a game that I hadn't played. But recently, guess what? I finally played it. Yes, I'm serious, I played it. So let me tell you my feelings about this game that I had played before, but it was only for like a little bit, so it was basically like I hadn't played it, but I loved it anyways, even though I had barely played it. But now that I have played it, I'm going to tell you my feelings about the real thing. It's a lot to keep up with, I know. Just roll the intro. So you're probably wondering how I finally got my hands on a copy of this game. Well, I didn't get a copy of the game. I played it through the magic that is known as... No, I'm serious. As long as you're fine with using computer controls, if there's some old game that you want to play, then all you have to do is go on a computer, search the game you want on emulator into Google, and boom, you can play it without having to download anything. And it's totally 100% probably not illegal. Don't quote me on that though. Okay, anyways, I got pretty sidetracked there. So, Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. The story in this one is that Wario takes over Mario's castle. Yeah, Mario is a castle, you didn't know? Anyways, Mario has to get the 6 golden coins to get his castle back from Wario. The story is super cheesy, but this whole game is pretty cheesy, so I think it fits it quite well. Then you go into the very first level. And right off the bat, this definitely looks good for a Game Boy game. You're probably confused right now about why I'd say that, so just look at the Donkey Kong Land series on the Game Boy. Seriously, this looks like puke. If you look at this by itself with no context, sure, it doesn't look the best. But if you compare it to this, I think it's clear who the winner is. Anyways, I admire Mario games that have a more zoomed in camera than usual. I guess it just makes it a tad more engaging in a way, and more like you are Mario, and less like, oh look at that, there's a plumber on the screen and I happen to be controlling it. Wow. After you finish the first level, you're sent into the overworld of the whole game, and, well, everyone praises Super Mario World for having a big interconnected map, but guess what? Super Mario Land did it first. In fact, that's a big thing that Mario Land has going for it. It does things that other Mario games did before they did it, if that makes sense. For example, you remember blasting through space in Super Mario Galaxy, right? Well, guess what? You did that in Mario Land 2 first. Man, isn't it great how in Super Mario Odyssey, coins actually have a use besides just using them for lives? Well, guess what? Mario Land 2 did it first, dude. You can spend coins on playing this little mini game here. Isn't that just awesome? The big new power-up in Super Mario Land 2 is the carrot, and it turns you into a bunny. The carrot lets you fly. You know, just like all bunnies do. And admittedly, the power-up is super broken. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that. But I honestly don't even care. Nothing can stop me from still having fun with it. Anyways, Mario controls surprisingly well in this one. Often when I die, I feel like it's my own fault and not the game's fault. Not that I'll die that much anyways because of how easy this game is. And that leads me to the next thing I want to talk about, how easy it is. This entire game is very easy. But here's the thing, I honestly like that it's easy. It's the perfect game for a 6-year-old to play on his Game Boy on a car ride to Grandma's house. Then that kid can be like, whoa, I beat this all by myself in only a few hours. I'm so epic. And that's why I'm okay with it being easy mostly. Super Mario Land 2 is charming. And yes, most Mario games have charm of some sort. But Mario Land 2 has a distinct kind of charm. It's like that cheesy, wacky sort of charm. In a way, it kind of reminds me of the 90s for some reason. Oh yeah, that's right, this game came out in the 90s, so I guess that makes sense. The bosses' designs and concepts are decently creative and different, but the gameplay is super lacking. It's honestly the epitome of bad Mario bosses. You just jump on their head 3 times. But on the bright side, it's cool how you can fight this bird, a rat, and even Tatanga, who is actually the villain in Super Mario Land 1. Again, they're super easy, even for this game's standards, but they're still charming nonetheless. This one also has way more variety with its enemies in general, not just bosses. First of all, on top of Goombas and Koopa Troopas and stuff, Mario Land 2 also has sharks, cowfish, ants with literal guns on their head, these pig-like things that shoot cannonballs out of their mouths, whatever this thing is, and even little creatures with swords in their heads in a Mario game. Man, this game rocks. The Wario fight at the end of the game is actually pretty fun. However, it's just too easy, just like all the other bosses. And it even stings a little extra this time considering the fact that it makes it less climactic. So anyways, overall, I really liked Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins. It's almost as good as I said it was. And that's saying something because I had my expectations really high. This game, for some reason, brings me back to my childhood, even though I literally didn't even grow up playing it. And that, my friends, is a lot of the reason I like Mario Land 2 so much. By the way, in the first episode of that series, I also said that I hadn't played Super Mario Land 1 either, but thanks to the beautiful magic that emulation is, I've played it now. And well, it's not as good as I said it was. It's fine, I guess, but the camera is too drawn back for a handheld, the controls are bad, and I get that it looks good for the Game Boy, but after looking at it for a while, my eyes get tired of it. On the bright side though, I can still safely say it has a good soundtrack. Also, it's just as wacky and charming as I thought it would be, so that's good. I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5 now. So that's Super Mario Land 2. Mario Land 2 is so underrated, and it's a super fun game. And now I'm gonna be brave and say this. Mario Land 2 is better than Mario 3, 64, and even World! And I love almost all of those games! I just have the weirdest opinions, you know? I think that Mario 64 is bad and that Mario Land 2 is the best 2D Mario. Well, anyways, thanks for watching this video, and as always, I'll see you next time. Bye.